not recording, huh? We are at the Audi Field, first-hand experience with DC United. We play St. Louis, we gonna take the dub. Hopefully.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure by the first clip and my stories, if you haven't seen them on Instagram, you know what this video is about. We're going to be talking about that DC United versus St. Louis City game. Or if you want to say St. Louis City Soccer Club, you can say that too. But this was a good match, actually, because I was there in person, as I am a local DC United fan. And I try to support, you know, wherever I'm at, you know what I mean? So, I would definitely say the game was competitive. It was not the result we wanted, but it could have been a lot worse. We're just going to get, you know, into the, not want to say necessarily nitty gritty of things, but, you know, just kind of get my view on it and how I feel this game will, you know, lead us into the season. Also, I just want to give a quick pause. Because I just want to give a great thanks to Sir Robert Lewandowski. That guy has not only given us nightmares as Barcelona fans, as we know, the infamous A2, but he has also been our savior in many ways, and all we can really do is just give thanks to the guy. He came here already like a hero, an icon, and is leaving a legend, man. And bro is 38. Like, I wish we could hold him for another season, but I mean, the man's done enough. You know, he can hang up those boots from the club. But just know that we give thanks to Robert Lewandowski, and if you ever doubted him, then you're just stupid and you don't know ball.
Quick! Oh. We gotta stop crossing the set.
So yeah. So DC United, man, they pretty much they still need to work on a couple things. So DC United right now are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We dropped to 8th because of this. We were in 7th, but now we're 8th. But it necessarily wasn't a bad match, like I'd like to say. I can't say we were getting dominated. It wasn't until within let's see. Where did I put it? St. Louis was definitely beating us. Yeah, for like more than half of the game. As you can see, I wouldn't even say in possession, but this stat is pretty similar to how the game went in favor to each other. We did score a last-minute goal in order to save us. Shout out Peglo. He wasn't having his greatest match, but there were definitely attempts, and one of them went in. Hey, you know, but the issue that I'm having with DC United is that the build-up play takes so long to find rhythm. We cannot catch a rhythm early. It's like we had to, I understand, like, assess the game first, assess your opponent, but the thing is, you want the opponent playing your game, you know? Our issue with DC United is the time it takes to find build-up play, in the sense of not sending Hail Mary 50-50 balls in the air whenever you can't. Like, it doesn't make sense. There should always be an opening if you're always moving. I have seen them be super stagnant, and St. Louis were just dominating the midfield because our midfield was moving, or excuse me, their midfield was moving. Our midfield was not. But yeah, but this game, I mean, as you can see, that first half, they did have 2 yellows because we were putting the pressure on them. I would say our first half was our better half. I think we were playing way better. But that second half, I mean, they instantly scored. And I remember the reason for it was because I believe it was Raul's. It was a bad tackle, man. Like, he played that tackle terribly, in the sense of, I feel like he knew that he was beat, and he still risked it anyways, and it clearly did not pay off. We conceded, and we gotta eat that. And then they receive another yellow card. We actually get 2 yellow cards. But what I really think changed the game for us was whenever Peltola, our midfielder, I do like Peltoa, Peltola. Thank you. Peltola was a great midfielder, is a great midfielder, don't get me wrong. But I don't know. It just wasn't working out how they thought it would. Because honestly, the 4-4-2 formation that they started on, it wasn't working whatsoever. Like our midfield was just getting like tagged through, like whenever it was defensively, and it eventually bit us in the ass until they switched out Peltola and then kind of dropped Peglo lower into the center mid and then put Stroud into the right wing position and kind of dropped Hopkins back a little bit as well. So it kind of went to a 4-3-3. If that's not how it went, that's how I saw it at least. But that ended up working out because Stroud, who I believe was starting more in the last season, is more of a bench now. I'm not really sure what happened, but hey, let's take a look. So look, check it out. So he has started 3 games this season, but has been subbed in for 5. So that's already 8 games. If anything, he's more of, being on the bench than he is a starter. Stroud, he was actually, I believe, the outlet that we needed. They were giving him the ball, and he would start dribbling up the field instead of looking for a random long ball pass that we've been doing that clearly wasn't working. Because I will say their defenders would outbody our attackers. Like they were good at defending. They were having an actually really good defensive game. And not only that, bro, Berkey being the ex Dortmund keeper, like that was their like last line of defense, and honestly he's a wall considering the standards in the MLS. Now I'm not downplaying the standards of the MLS, but I will just say, like, bro, this dude Berkey was taking the shots of Dortmund Holland in training. So like wouldn't you expect him to like at least take a shot from, Peglo? And yes, he did. He made multiple great saves, and it was crazy. Peglo was doing a good job when it came to kind of like putting the pressure in. I want to give a quick shout out though to Kurkoa, I believe. Yeah, Kisuke Kurokoa. This guy has been really good. I feel like I have caught a liking to him when it comes to his play because his crosses are really good actually. He has some of the best crosses that I've seen when it comes to consistent execution, bro. He puts it in a very dangerous area in the box, and that is very good because regardless of not, like, keeper's either gonna have to save, we get a rebound, yada yada yada. DC need just a build-up play option in the sense of there's just something they gotta default to, because they took, I want to say, like 15-20 minutes until they actually had like, I want to say at least 6-minute possession in the second opponent or in the opponent's half, like, and then whenever they would lose it, man, like they were really just like having to chase, and we would get some fouls, but ultimately I think we did good defensively. We scored a last minute goal, but it was considered offside. It did hurt my feelings because I've never experienced an actual like in-person VAR decision when it came to something dramatic as that, because we were gonna take home 3 points, and it would have put us in a great spot. I mean, we could look at it like, so if we had won, we would have had 19, so we would have been here around like the 5th, 6th area, but we ended up dropping. We would have held our place if anything, yeah. But I would definitely say the DC United game was super fun. It was pretty competitive to what it was. Like, I just don't want to focus on like the bad things of it. Like DC United are, they have great players, but it's always something that they just gotta really focus on, and especially with I would say Baribo, he has good build up play. Better than Benteke whenever, like from what I saw, because he actually drops deeper, can play a pass. But Benteke, they would just sit up front and then try like dropping a nuke on his head, bro. Don't forget, drink water. All right, let's look at actually the attempts. So we had 5 shots on goal. They had more shot attempts. They didn't have as many shots on goal. But we were committing more fouls. We had the same amount of yellow cards. They actually got a red card last minute. As you can see, they actually got the red card, and then we scored the last minute winner, but it was offside. sadly. They had plenty of corner kicks, and those corner kicks were scary. But we do have good defensive and corner kicks, from what I realized. And then Berkey was just making some crazy saves, man. He really was. Like, it was. I've never seen such caliber of a keeper in person, actually, and it was just crazy. It was absolutely insane. It's just I am shocked. I am shocked, really, because there's levels to this. Because I'll give credit to them because they were actually playing super well. They're playing really good. But if we look at their rankings, St. Louis is second to last. Oh, they have been, damn, they've been losing. Holy, yeah, that's not good. But I mean, they take the tie here. It seems like they've been tying a lot. They tied here. They beat LAFC, which is pretty crazy because LAFC have a good team. They lost to Colorado. They lost to Austin. They beat Chicago. Lost to San Jose. Lost to Seattle. They've won 3 of their last 10 games, which is not good because most of them are the rest are losses. I do think that DC United are in a good direction. We just need to keep a consistent style of play because sometimes we look like lost kids out there, and we cannot be doing that. You know what I mean? We cannot be doing that. But we're always there in support, and we know that they tried their hardest, and ultimately that's all you can do, man. You're human. The MLS is going in a great direction when it comes to the competitiveness, especially bringing in, keepers from Europe and then having to face the attackers that we have here. Like Peglo shot a great shot. It was outside the box, hit the left side of the goal. But like, man, they're the saves today, even from our keeper Johnson. Shout out Johnson, he's a great keeper. Ultimately, shout out DC United. We're currently 4-5-5, so we have more losses than wins, more ties than wins. We need to switch that up and start getting our gas going, brother. We have not seen the MLS Cup in our trophy cabinet since 2004. I wasn't even born yet. That's crazy. We gotta do something, man. We definitely gotta do something. We gotta turn something up. We gotta start getting these double-digit goals, double-digit assists. We gotta start lighting the fire, because if not, then I don't know, bro. I might have to step in. I feel that DC United need to, just lock in for real. Like, we're 4-5-5. We're 8th in the MLS now. We should be 5-4-5, and tie us up. But hey, we gotta walk away with the point, and take it to the chin, and that's all we really got to do. But hey, you never know what's going to be coming up in these videos. I do want to post a lot more, but we gonna see, depending on what time holds for me. Enjoy the clips. It was really fun. If you ever get the chance to go to an MLS game, definitely go. I would never deny it. Just look at your local teams and see what the fun's about. But I'll see y'all later. Peace.